Let's clear and ground the energies. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hello and welcome to ArcanaUniverse. This is going to be what you need to know right now reading. Let's get started. All right. So funny. Because so I just uploaded a shorts, right? You'll see it. Same hairdo, same background color and everything. And that card came up. And so, it's a good indicator of like the shorts. I kind of get this like I've been seeing a pattern, okay? It's almost as if that the shorts is kind of like the trailer or sneak preview of the longer one. Well, not all the time, but I've been noticing the trend. Okay, so this one's all shuffled, ready to go. And I'm going to do the spinny spin just right off the bat. I'm going to keep this live somewhat short. We'll see how that goes. 1 and a 2 and a Spirit. Okay, Spirit wants to talk right now. Okay, all right, Spirit. What do you want to tell them? Okay, so Spirit wants to talk about a connection here. Okay, so I'm getting two different energy. One has very strong like fire placements. Okay, so whether that is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and their Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, and I have a or a stellium, what have you, like that kind of energy. It doesn't try not to focus too much on like the signs per se, but if it resonates, it resonates. But as mentioned, I'm just getting like a very like fiery energy. And then another one, I'm picking up a very grounded energy. So that can be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. There's Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, stellium, what have you. But again, I read energies here. So if those aren't the signs or what have you, don't worry too much about it. Hello Harrison, hello Shanks, hello Tammy, hi. Welcome. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is I'm picking up on an energy that is like very stressed out. Okay. Oh, hello Luke. Hello, Nikki. So if you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click on the notification bell so you're notified of when I go live or post new content, all right? But let's go ahead and continue, okay? Oh, hello, Nikki. Thanks, Nikki. Oh, much love, much love. So what I'm seeing here is that somebody here is very stressed out, okay? And they've been watching, so I'm getting very like I don't want to say like stalkerish vibes, okay? But hello, Gear. Um, but somebody here is like keeping tabs, watching, and they're stressing out, okay? Uh, so I know some of you guys have very like personal questions and stuff like that, but I just try to keep the space for the messages coming through for those who need it. And so I recommend, being present and just listening in to start. And if you have any questions, I would recommend waiting until the end. Okay, so what I see here is somebody here realizes the truth. Okay, I'm picking up on somebody here who's like very attracted to somebody, and it's like I see here somebody was trying to have like a fresh new start without somebody, but it's been very difficult for this energy. It's just like every time, you know, there's a quiet moment, their mind and thoughts just wander off to this person that they're missing. I see here that there has been some level of separation. And somebody here feels very like left out and like not included. And so, you know, perhaps these two energies, they used to spend a lot of time together, or like there was some sort of communication, but it's just like I see some sort of abruptness, and it has to do with the fact I'm getting paranoid energy. So somebody here had a tendency to be paranoid, have like trust issues, or like even if things weren't the reality of a matter, it's just like if they have uh, an idea or a perspective, they just go with it versus really, you know, thinking logically. So this person has a tendency to jump into conclusions, is what I'm seeing here, and then. But God came in and revealed the truth that their assumptions and thoughts about this energy was just, it wasn't accurate, and so they ended up finding it out the hard way. And it's almost as if like their karma was because they were living in denial or not wanting to see the truth. It's their karma is they can't shake the what if, you know, the possibilities. I just see here that this had a potential to have something long term, but again, somebody here sabotaged the connection by overthinking things. Okay, so God, yes, you painted the picture of what we're dealing with here. So what do you want to say? Hmm? So somebody here had a wake up call. Okay, they just realized that they were um, rejecting a good thing. So God came in and was just like was trying to fulfill somebody's wish here. Okay, their ultimate wish. Their like somebody here wanted reciprocation and somebody who was generous and giving. Right? Gear. Gear. Okay, we don't do that. We don't. I know what you're doing, and I don't like it. Okay, so either you stay in here with respect, or you know, see your way out. Okay, so I'm giving you a little warning, but I don't like that. Okay, you know exactly what you're doing, and I don't like it. Okay, so somebody here had a wake up call. It's just like this is something that they've been wanting, somebody who is generous and giving and kind, but I see here somebody took it for granted. And it it almost gives off this energy because the person, this energy that they were dealing with was so kind and giving and understanding. Somebody here took that to their advantage or took it for granted. They really pushed their boundaries and limits and felt like they can do whatever they wanted and act out and be toxic, and they thought that the person who was so kind and generous would continue to be kind and generous, but that wasn't the case. Okay, God really stepped in and was, you know, what this energy didn't realize was that this is one of God's favorite people. Okay, and the reason why they're so kind and generous is because they have a one-on-one connection with God, and God favors this energy because they have good karma. They always try to do the right thing. Oh, like I sense how much love God has for this individual, and when God sees that they are being mistreated, guess what? God also equipped this person with self-confidence, self-worth, self-respect. And so if they get this feeling, or it just not just a feeling, they see it, if they're being taken advantage of, not only is God gonna come in to protect this energy, but there's some level of it's not going to last. Okay, it's not going to last. And the only way this person is going to continue receiving kindness, understanding, and generosity is if their toxic behavior leaves. Okay, and so this is what this energy is needing to learn and understand. And I see here that they realize that their behavior is not good. They need some work to do. And the reason why they are motivated and inspired to be a better version of themselves is because well, one, there's attraction, and two, they want something more, and they would understand that they need to be a better person to attract and be in the good graces of somebody like this, God's favorite. And also I'm getting here, God gives opportunities, and it's up to us to either come forward correctly, otherwise they will be rejected. They're going to just ruin the opportunity to have something amazing. So God, God is very, God is, see, God is very fair. God is very kind and generous, but also God is very good at upholding boundaries as well. Okay, and so if God feels like somebody is rejecting their blessings, then God is going to dip. God is going to be like, oh, okay, you think you know what you're doing? Try it and see where it goes. Okay, and so God is saying it. Okay, I'm just the messenger. This is what God is saying. God is saying, okay, because I'm getting God doesn't have to convince us. Okay, God doesn't have to convince us of a good thing. If somebody, and that this is where the free will comes in, right? God is not gonna come like, yes, God is going to show and give the possibilities and all the things and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, like, God knows, God also has self-worth too. God is going to make sure, like, God doesn't, I'm like, okay, I'm like, how should I explain this so that you guys understand it as well, okay? But so it's about self-worth, self-respect, right? And God embodies all of that. And when somebody here questions God's worth and the blessings and his power, God isn't going to be like, oh, please, please, no, don't you see my worth? Please, come on, come on. The God is not going to do that. God is like, you don't see God's worth? Okay. That's it. And then you're on your own. You do your own thing. You don't want to be blessed by God. You don't want God's protection, love, and care and understanding because somebody here is disloyal. They don't believe, they don't have faith, they don't trust in God. and they don't see God's worth and value, then it's just, you know, you're gonna get the boot. You don't want to be here, you don't have to be here. That's what God is saying. And so, you know, however, God is very loving and protective of those who are good with God, in a good place with God. Okay? So which side you want to be on? It's your free will, free choice. But what God is making it clear is just like, yeah, tell him, Arcana, tell him. Because I see here somebody needs some sort of healing. They need to have some sort of like detox from sort of like, I'm getting devilish energy. So somebody here, you'll know which side you're on. This may be somebody that you have been dealing with, or this may be you, but you will know. You will know. But what I'm getting here is somebody decided to entertain devilish behaviors because they truly didn't understand the. I'm getting God's power. It's like it's like they know, but they brush it off. But so that shows me like they don't truly believe. Okay, so I'm getting somebody here. Yeah, somebody here. This toxic energy, the person that was embodying devilish behaviors, you know, through lying, cheating, stealing, just devilish behaviors, not making a decision, not being loyal. They got a taste of their own medicine. Okay, I'm getting here. It's almost like when they needed to be disciplined. Okay, they were being punished. Okay, so it, I'm getting somebody here who is going through a very difficult time as a result of their devilish behaviors, not being honest, not being, truthful, living in truth. And so they are being punished at this time, and being given the opportunity and time and space to heal. It's almost like they don't have access to what brings them happiness. They are stuck in depression and sadness, anxiety, and heartbreak. And it was their own doing. This wasn't God's work. No. This was this person's own doing, their own choice, their own free will to behave this way. And as a result, God has took back God, the love, the security, the happiness. And so as a result, this person is just sitting in their own. I'm getting the word filth. Okay. And I wouldn't be surprised if this person hasn't even taken a bath in days, hasn't even brushed their teeth in days. They're not taking care of themselves. So imagine somebody like this trying to attract genuine, true love. You gotta be kidding me. Hmm? So until this energy is able to do a whole 180, pick themselves back up, stop playing victim, stop with the pitying party, okay? Until they're able to see that their behaviors, the way that they have been living, it's their own doing. This is not God. This is not God's work. This is their own work. They put themselves here. And I see here they've been indulging. Okay, they thought that they could get away with things. They thought they could just lie through their teeth, and it caught up with them. Okay? And so if they're wondering, oh, how come they're not happy? How come, things are not going in their favor? It's because they don't deserve it. God is not going to reward this behavior with true, authentic, genuine love and happiness. No. Okay? So somebody here needs to take action, okay? If they want to turn their circumstances around and be successful, they need to take action and be focused and be disciplined. That's the only way they're going to be able to get out of this. And I sense here, this energy doesn't want to live like this. This is hell on earth for them. Okay, we're on this channel. If those listening in, they learn, they retain, and they put into practice in their everyday life what they've learned on this channel, then there's so much success and happiness. And so that's what this energy needs to do. They need to grow up, okay? They need to grow up. They need to literally transform and put an ending to their ego, their outdated beliefs and ways. They've been spiraling down this in this like materialistic kind of like devilish energy. I'm also getting like player-like energy as well, so that's another thing that they need to walk away from and wrap it up. Yeah, the mask needs to come off. So if this person has been dishonest, they need to start repenting. They need to start being honest, and I'm not talking about like, oh, okay, I'm gonna wake up one day and just become a better person. No, this person needs to repent. This person needs to right their wrongs, and so whatever they did, they need to heal it. They need to expose themselves. So whatever they've been doing, and whoever they did it to, they need to come forward and reveal the truth of what they did. And that is going to be the turning point. Okay, that is going to be the turning point of the shift of somebody here being more confident in themselves, like standing up for themselves. Yeah, like as soon as they do that, as soon as they start being honest, and I see blessings coming in, and it's going to also spark a spiritual connection with God. It's like what, as mentioned, God rewards. That God doesn't just punish. No, God also, if God sees good behavior, loyalty, faithfulness, God rewards, God protects. And so you guys, like, I hope you guys understand, like how valuable like these messages are coming, like how valuable these messages are. I know I like come on here and make it seem like, oh, like, not a big deal. No, no, this is a big deal. This is a big deal. Like, how fortunate are we to like have this like connection, like an open channel between, like, I'm the telephone, I'm just like, here to relay, but it's just like, how amazing is it that God is able to relay all this and give us clarity about what is going on and what makes God happy and what doesn't make God happy. And obviously, this is, you may think, oh, this is common sense. Everybody knows this. I don't think everybody knows this, okay? If everybody knew this, why would there be betrayal and heartbreak and devilish behaviors, toxic behaviors? Everybody would be like great and amazing to everybody else, but that is not what is happening. And so, it may just be a few, few people or 100 people who's just like hearing this message right now. But don't discount that. I don't discount it, because I know that the person that is meant to hear this message is going to hear it and is going to do something about it. Okay? We need to share this message, okay? God doesn't expect everybody to do what I do, in a sense. That's not what God wants. It's how we can contribute in our own way, how you can contribute in your own way. And so, if that means sharing this video to like whoever you think needs it, or whoever will find it, don't hesitate to spread this message coming through. And it's talking about, do not water it down. For those of you who are just taking it and spinning it and like doing their own thing, God doesn't like that. It's karma. God sees you. God knows when somebody here is just stealing and making it their own. God knows. Okay? So if somebody here wants to actually help spread the message so that other people, because we can't live in a lie. We can't live with our eyes and ears closed off. Somebody here really needs to hear this message. Okay? And so for those of you who are listening in, if you know that this message it can help somebody, please don't hesitate to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with somebody. Okay? Share it on your whatever you want to share it on. But it's talking about like, I'm getting selfish energy. So for those of you who are just hoarding all of this knowledge for yourself, that's not good. And as mentioned, those who are listening in and just spinning it and sharing it like as if it was your knowledge and thought and your messages that you're just spreading, no. Give credit where it's due. Give God credit. Give this channel credit. Okay? It's that easy. You just share the video. That's it. Or share the channel. And for those who do it, God's gonna like it. Like God is gonna be like, good. You're doing your part. It's like when you do it, God is going to reward. God is going to reward it. I am getting somebody here is worried, like they don't want to share it because they want to seem as if they know what they're doing. Like they want to share it as if it's like their knowledge, that they're just naturally smart like this. But God doesn't like that, because that's not being honest. And for those of you who are, still have that mindset where it's just like they don't want to share the knowledge with others, then do it anonymously. Share it anonymously. If you don't want to seem weak getting advice from this channel, then do it anonymously. I don't want to hear any excuses. Or God doesn't want to hear any excuses. Okay. Okay, we're going to go wrap it up with one more spinny spin, okay? I'm doing my part. You guys need to do your part. Okay? All right. 1 and a 2 and a future. Okay. What does my viewer need to know about their future? Okay. This is a warning. Okay? This is a warning. So I'm picking up on somebody here that has a tendency to move very slowly. Okay? It doesn't matter if this person has romantic feelings or love, or where's their heart on their sleeve and all they care about is love and finding somebody to love and all of that. But they move slow. They don't move at all, or they're at a snail's pace. And so, and it's because they can't make a decision. They're just kind of like teeter tottering and all of that. And God is really trying to emphasize, like, this person has the potential to love hard, love deep, and knows how to love in a healthy way, but they're pulling back. They don't. They're. It's almost like they put themselves in cuffs, in chains, and not making a move because they're afraid of rejection. And so God is really encouraging this energy to take action and come forward and have courage and strength, because this energy is going to miss all the shots they don't take. Nothing will happen if nothing happens. And so until they're able to move past their fear of rejection, until they're able to do that and to be able to move boldly forward, they're always going to be stuck. It's like they're going to be in like quicksand. Not only are they going to be stuck, they're harming themselves. Okay? And that harm can be in the form of anxiety, depression, paranoia. It's just a dead end situation. And it's just, I'm getting suffering due to somebody's self sabotaging ways. But as mentioned, it's not like the person doesn't know how to love in a healthy way. They know what healthy love looks like. They do. They can feel it in their bones, their being, their soul. They know how to love. They do. But they hold back. They move slow. They reject good things. They reject opportunities because of fear. But the message coming through is this person really needs to get out of their headspace and this fear mentality, because I do see here the possibility and opportunity for health, for happiness. Happiness. But the thing about this energy, they're not fair. Okay? They're not fair. So the reason, see, this is selfish behavior. This is what it is. Like, this person is so selfish because they're preventing themselves from being truly happy. They're being selfish by being driven by their ego. And so until they're able to right their wrongs, until they're able to find balance and justice from their toxic behavior, that it's pretty much what this entire, so weird, this entire, it's like entire stream, it's like a big continuation. The message is consistent. Okay, the message here is consistent. And so so I'm getting also defensiveness. It's like they're also triggered. Like they feel like they need to make a decision, but they don't want to. That's the thing. But that's their ego talking. Like it's because the ego doesn't want them to grow. They just want them to be stuck. Okay? True love, spirituality, all of that is about growth and evolving and shedding the ego. And so the ego is trying to not change and they just want to be stuck where they are. And so I'm seeing here somebody is fighting and resisting change and is trying to prolong having to make a decision. I'm getting here, somebody here thinks that, so they hurt somebody, okay? it was somebody here hurt somebody that they really cared about, and it was due to their manipulative ways. And so somebody is in guilt and pain for hurting somebody that they truly cared about. And this person, they feel like they can't come forward because it's just the guilt and the fact that they betrayed them, that they really hurt the person that they care about. That in itself has become a burden, because they're unsure if the person is still upset, or they don't really know how they're going to react, and so they're stuck. They're not having the courage to make their wrongs right, and that is why they're in this depression, this sadness, feeling as if they just missed an opportunity. Wow. Can we not? Okay. I'm getting very stuck energy. It's just somebody here is dragging their feet and not wanting to like take action. I do see here that they are still healing, and they do need to seek some sort of help. Okay. Like, whether that is like in a form of like counseling or what have you, or just not doing, like stop doing what they've been doing that they know is toxic. Okay. I'm also getting here, somebody here is really distracting themselves. They're trying to drown themselves with distractions, with people and places and things that like just don't matter. But anyways, I'm not trying to drag this on. Like, let's wrap it up, okay? Let's wrap it up. Yeah, it just keeps talking about taking action. If this person doesn't take action, nothing will happen. And they're just going to be stuck, and they're going to be, I see chaos, disaster, conflict, arguments, fights, okay? It's just chaos. If they continue to ignore this. Okay, what will happen if they don't ignore it? What will happen if they actually do take action? You get what you want. This person gets what they want. They get to be with the person that brings them happiness, that brings them joy. I sense here, if this person gets their stuff together, really makes a change. I see marriage here, like higher level of commitment. I already said the message. We already said what needs to be done. Okay, we're not gonna keep repeating everything. Okay. Hello, Alexa. Welcome back. Um, so what did we learn? What did we learn tonight? Okay. Take action. Right the wrongs. Okay. And good things will happen. Good things will happen. Anything else, God? Anything else? That is it. Wonderful. Amazing. Okay, so all right. For those of you who needs to listen to this stream again, please don't hesitate to do so. Okay, there was a lot of like very direct and like straightforward messages that came through, and sometimes people have a tendency to just forget or neglect, or they just need a friendly reminder. Okay, and so you're more than welcome to listen to this until it's ingrained in you, and that you actually are consistent and disciplined to keep at it. Okay, don't keep going forward. Okay, don't we can't go forward in life by just remembering or being stuck in the past. Okay, so we have to go forward. Like, what do we do from here? We can't. Nothing is quite the same as it was yesterday. Okay, it's just impossible. It's impossible. And so, yeah. Oh, it's beautiful. My message is clear. If somebody here is wanting love, true, genuine love, they need to take action. Even if it seems like, even if you don't know what's going to happen, okay? Even if you don't know what's going to happen or the results, or if there's a lot of like uncertainties, you gotta take action. Okay? All right. Thank you for watching, and take care until next time. Bye.